Okay, this time we're making a different graph this time around. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to make what is known as a pyramid or a funnel type of graph. In this case, we're going to be looking again at just econ majors. We're going to be looking again at 2023, separating it up by gender, this time by age, and we're going to be looking at income. In this case, total personal income. Okay, and so what I want to do here is mean with income tends to be quite skewed. So I'm also going to choose the option of getting the median. And so I'm going to ask for it not just to give me means, but to give me the medians as well. Once I have all this in with these different pieces of information, I can go ahead and say run the table. It goes ahead and it runs the table for me. It's going to be doing it here in a couple seconds. We're just doing this to make sure that it still produces the type of information that we need. Once that is done, which is done right now, we can see that's going to give us the median, the mean, and then the weighted numbers that it's using in order to calculate these amounts. I'm really only going to take the values between 23 and probably 75, since those are going to be more prime working years for people who have college degrees. And then I'm going to download that data. I can either copy and paste it from here, or I can select from this little file, the create CV, and download it. So let's say I went ahead and I did that. What I'm going to do is then get my file, make sure that it's set up in the following way. So I have age by year, I put down the gender, and then although this says population, it's really just the mean. Once I have that, I need to bring it into R. And so the way I do that is I come up to this little spreadsheet, I select read R, and then I go ahead and I put in the location of the data set. So in this case, I'm doing exactly that. Go to downloads, there's my means, and I hit OK. Now, since I've already done this before, I know where my file is located. So here I'm bringing in that CSV file and I'm bringing in means. In order to make our work a little bit easier, I'm going to be using two packages. One package is called apyramid. It actually sets up and makes these pyramids for us. The other one is library ggplot2. That's one that's used quite a bit in this package, and it's going to allow me to include some labs. Once I have the data read in, I need to make sure that age is a factor variable. Once I have age set up as a factor variable, then I can go ahead and use it inside of the function called age pyramid. I have to tell it the data frame. I then have to tell it what my x is, which is going to be age here. I then have to tell it how I want to split the data. In this case, it's going to be the gender column. And then for count, I'm using the variable population, but truly it's the median personal incomes. I then go ahead and create the image, and I ask for it to add some labels. So I'm going to have X have age, Y have the median personal income, and then I'm going to have gender, add a title. Once I do that, I get the following graph right here. And we can see that for econ majors, at least in the early ages, men and women have roughly around the same types of median income. However, once we get a little bit further on down, particularly into the later 30s, there starts to be some deviation. You can see it because here are the midpoints. The midpoints are pretty close to zero at the lower ages and then start to deviate more to the left, meaning that men are earning higher incomes than women at these higher ages. As we get closer to the very old ages, it starts to rebalance out again. And that's it. That's going to be our next little project. Thanks.